Sony's upcoming next-gen console PlayStation 5's DualShock 5 controller has just been unofficially revealed. The model design for the DualShock 5 looks pretty much the same as the DualShock 4, but do not let the looks fool you because there are some very interesting new features available in the DualShock 5 that is going to be blowing your minds off. So the DualShock 5 controller model was just unofficially revealed by a Japanese PlayStation manufacturer. They've given us a few images that looks like a complete blueprint of a prototype for the DualShock 5 controllers, along with the 3D model image of what the PlayStation 5 controller is going to look like. Now taking a look at the image here, firstly we have the blueprint image of the DualShock 5 on the left and the DualShock 4 on the right side. Looking closely at both of these controllers, you can clearly tell that the DualShock 5 is slightly bigger than the PlayStation 4 controller. Now the touchpad in the DualShock 5 also seems to have been redesigned, and it also looks much bigger and thicker than the DualShock 4. The specified details the manufacturer has given us is that the thumbsticks in the DualShock 5 is slightly smaller than what we have seen with the DualShock 4 PlayStation 4 controllers. And not just that, the left D-pad keys have also been redesigned and will feel much bigger and also thicker than the DualShock 4. Now the speakers on the controllers, however, remains the same though, but the speaker hardware used inside the controllers are said to be much higher quality version of the DualShock 4. Now most of the design on the front looks the same, and if you guys look at the bottom angle of the controller, you can now see a new option that is the multiple audio output slots that will allow you to output your game audio and your microphone audio on two different lines. So in case you guys want to listen to your game audio on a headphones and use an external microphone to speak in-game, or maybe connect your capture card to your PlayStation 5 controller, then you will be able to output both the in-game audio plus your in-game party chat and your microphone altogether without having to spend more on external audio interfaces to get the job done. Now behind the controller, the 4 screws from the DualShock 4 doesn't seem to be returning on the DualShock 5, and if you look at the controller from the sideways, the trigger keys have now been increased in size, and now it appears to be much bigger than the PS4 controllers, which will of course give you a better grip to your fingers, especially when you're playing first-person shooter games. Now on top of the controller, you can see the length of the triggers, which have also been increased, and also the LED light bar now has been removed from the controller, and you now have a USB-C type charger port instead of the regular micro USB charging port which you use on any Android device these days, where the C-type charging will charge your controller much faster than the DualShock 4. Now let's take a look at all the new features that will be available on the DualShock 5 that is completely going to blow your minds off. Firstly, the manufacturer has described that the DualShock 5 controllers will have a large capacity batteries that will last much longer than what we saw with the PS4 controllers. However, the product manager Toshi Oki said that the PlayStation 5 controllers will be much heavier than the PS4 DualShock 4s, and the final release version of the DualShock 5 will be slightly lighter than the Xbox One X controllers, with the weight of all the batteries added into it. Now he also said that one of the biggest changes that they've made to the DualShock 5 controller is the adaptive triggers, which Sony Interactive Entertainment says can offer varying levels of resistance to make the mechanics such as shooting a bow and arrow will increase the tension in the triggers, and also adds in vibration effect, and pressuring the triggers in will also produce higher tension as you pull the arrow back while shooting, which will make you feel the more realistic like experience. Now they've also said that the DualShock 5 controllers will have a voice call actuators located in the left and the right grips of the pads, which will give you a dynamic vibrations depending on the environment of the game that you're playing. Now, the PS5 controllers were tested out to see how the vibration works with different games, and the testers claimed that they drove a car on the Gran Turismo game, and while driving the car on the sand felt slow and sloggy, and the mud also felt slow and sloggy at the same time, and they drove it on ice, which gave them a high frequency response, which made the thumbstick really feel like your character was gliding on ice. They also tested it on a few other games where you can literally feel the environment when your character jumps into a pool, and they felt a sense of the resistance of the water. And also when you're walking on a wooden bridge, you can actually feel a bouncy sensation completely depending on the environment present in your game. Now, they've also tried playing the same game using a DualShock 4 on a PlayStation 4, and they claim that the sensation disappeared entirely compared to what they experienced on the PlayStation 5's controllers. Now, Sony has also confirmed that PlayStation 5's ray tracing technology will be hardware accelerated and that the console will feature a complete revamped user interface and will now allow configurable game installations more like what we see on the PC. The system architect Mark Cerny confirmed that the PlayStation 5 console will be a disc-based and will support 8K graphics resolution. He also confirmed that the PS5 will be backward compatible with the PS4 games and will support the current PlayStation VR headsets, although Sony will be publishing a next-gen PSVR headset scheduled to be launching on holiday of 2020. Now, I want to know, what do you guys think about the new design of the DualShock 5 controllers? It seems like the touchpad screen rumor on the PS5 controllers are indeed not true, and we're probably sticking with the similar PS4 design. But what remains is if you guys like it, or are you guys disappointed that it almost looks the same as the PS4 controller? Let me know if you guys are happy with the new design or not. If you guys want Sony to change the design, then the only way to do it is if the community speaks about it. So let your feedbacks known in the comment section down below. I personally think that the controller looks pretty good, and the fact that it fits in much bigger in your hands is already a big win-win for me. But I sure was expecting and was excited to see a touch display screen added to the controller. But yeah, whatever that is, it seems though that we are sticking with the more traditional DualShock 4 designs here. But the important part of all is all about the new features that makes the PS5 controllers completely worth the while. Now, if you guys did go on and enjoy this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to watch daily videos on Cyberpunk 2077, The Last of Us Part 2, and much more mainstream games that I will be covering on this channel. And if you do decide to subscribe to the channel, then do not forget to turn on the video notifications so that you guys can get notified to all of my videos that I upload every single day. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead of you all, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take care fams, and goodbye.